And, ooh, 42 science. We're not supported by a PA or even a basic AI. Instead, crew members were constantly monitoring, adjusting, and repairing the engines and thrusters. Their living conditions were extremely precarious, and it would seem many of them were either prisoners or rejected from the population on board the Amanaki. Again, I cannot pronounce that. Traces of writings were found within some dormitory cells referring to genetic connectus and the Ashkenazis. Sorry, all these words. I am horrible at reading these. These are records several severe breakdowns before the final explosion. Crew members would work waist deep in coolant, some dying while performing their tasks within the toxic substance. Those who refused were executed by their supervisors. Ugh. There's lots of science. Let's go get it.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Ruins, we are what we eat. Oh god, is this cannibalism? Sensors located section. We are on the site. This part is responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetal and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltered there. Oh, okay. I mean, let's do the vegetal. Pens, that's a weird word. There's a lot of these. What are we going to do with this area? Because the probe got destroyed as soon as it went in there. Maybe it was just a one-off fluke. Let's try again. Because there was that whole thing before. Planet.
A ship has been destroyed by a space weather event.
Oh god. Really? Oh god, we're gonna need to find something for this. I guess just avoid all the stuff in here then at the... Can I? Oh, I can't. Oh. I guess just, you know, rebuild it after you take it apart.
A science ship team has completed a task.
I'm an idiot.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Engine supervision area was mainly occupied by those of rank. Some had time to enter cryopods before the apparent depressurization of the area. Analysis of remaining computer infrastructure indicates that these directives were merciless towards the engine room workers. They were treated as expendable outcasts. There are traces throughout the entire supervisory district of hacking attempts. All ship computers dedicated to the engines and reactors were compromised, preventing the Amanaki from maneuvering and causing power failures throughout the superstructure. The Darwin's team has managed to extract remnants of the computer protocols that were used to do this. These fragments of code point towards the author, the BMS, the Black Market Society. Relevant data has been sent to Tycoon's tech labs for detailed analysis. Okay.
A probe has been lost due to space weather.
I'm sorry, is this growing larger? That I'm not going crazy. That it wasn't there before. Drilling through several layers of debris, the team finally researched the vegetal production area They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew, yay, and a few district workers seem to have reached the emergency pods before depressurization. Hydroponics technology were used aboard the Yamanaki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports detail how hierarchical rationings reserved the rarest of foods for higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities were unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources that were prepared for extraction. Personalized instructions upgrade unlocked for crop farm. Personalized instructions upgrades. What does that do? I guess the animal pen's next. But personalized... So I need intelligent design, but what does this do? Oh, food production by 40%? Oh, okay. I mean, we're actually good on food right now, but I won't say no.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Was that a dog? The production area has been gutted for several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. The team did find several working cryopods, several hundred actually, and were preparing these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform. Galliform? There are signs that rarer meat was produced. What is galliform? Oh, landfowl. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing like, you know, chickens and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Team wishes to specifically note that they found a cryopod. The team wishes to specifically note that they found a cryopod containing a dog. The owner seems to have decided that the animal's life was more important than their own. Their corpse hangs onto the pod. Oh. Provide a new home for the dog! Yeah! The colonization bathe in toxic yellow haze, which severely reduces visibility. First measures have establish advanced colony. We need 90, so we have 62. I guess you'll do. Okay, trapped in time and steel. We are arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone has been ripped open and much of the interior appears to have blown away. The structural tears extend into a storage area full of suspended yellow particles? Okay. I have a feeling that's going to be important, so let's save that for last. Administrator, I did not expect this decision. I would remind you that Dalos regulations prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. I do not proselytate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Oh, and it's a Borzoi as well? Oh my god! You know, I mean, I have no idea how long the ship has been here. Evidently, you know, probably a while. And this was a UN ship, so I'm going to go on a limb that who's ever in there is most likely former UN, and that they're probably not going to be too happy or healthy, and that might mean they might, like, be, like, you know, not well. Let's do a breach. Yeah, if there's anything alive in there, I don't want to take my chances.
A science ship team has completed a task. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Of course it does. Upon breaching the area, the crew discovered the corpses of a young soldier. Their diary indicates that they were part way through some type of irate passage when the Ananke was attacked. They found themselves trapped in this area with some engineers. There were signs of cannibalism on the remains of a few other corpses present. Further diary entries portray an individual sinking into dementia, blaming Dalos for the misfortunes that have befallen them and for the loss of the Earth. Team concludes that this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production zone workers. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the commanders was found, as well as a piece of art condemning the enemies of humanity. Okay, jeez. I guess, okay. Industrial zone was dead. Flying molten material, solidified. Let's get the storage area, then we'll do the yellow particles. And what does somebody have to say? Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After review, I have found that the crew member is actually... What? Oh, the dog. I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be proving extremely beneficial to crew morale. Officially recognize the dog as a member of the crew. Come on, you have to. +1 stability permanently. Yes! Dog. Okay, I'm finding everything in this little tiny pocket of the solar system I actually have. Oh god, it is growing. Look at that. Oh god, what is happening? I hope this has to recede at some point, right? Also, it might be worth moving the ship just a little further out. Sturzia remains have been a battleground for a large, violent clash. Repel the invaders. Okay. Let's see what these particles are. Wait, this reached the entire other end of the solar system before. Is this like moving backwards?
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
In orbit of P31, the planet possesses a highly corrosive atmosphere. There's little room for improvisation once we touch down and establish a search protocol now. We do know that the signal is transmitted from beneath a mountain. Alternatively, we can focus on analyzing the material samples in order to prove our understanding of planets like P31. I mean, let's do a topographical analysis first. The animosity between the former crew members of the protagonist has become a problem. Accommodating survivors from both crew together on the threatening stability. Oh, okay. I mean, we can just always move them back. Yeah, it's like, hey, move back and there. Hey, we. This is the signal was transmitted from an abandoned subterranean complex. By breaching it, we have unfortunately allowed the corrosive atmosphere inside. We estimate that the complex was built within the last 20 years. We do not recognize the iconography on its exterior. The technology inside does not seem human-made, and there are signs it was once inhabited. There's still little time before P-38's corrosive atmosphere eats through the hull and landing gear. We do not think we will be able to explore the entire site, but we have identified several places of interest. Oh, okay. Probably the command center would be the best place for that, just to find, you know, any information. The team followed the trail of yellow particles throughout the vacuum to another section of the wreckage. It appears to have been at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. The particles come from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. Jeez, there was that much pollen? The bed of these frozen plants surrounds a large bronze sculpture, a depiction of Earth, crowned with laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against perverse enemies of humanity. A plaque at the base reads, "Against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness which precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of our life on Earth." This is a compartment beneath. There is a compartment beneath the plaque in which a sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened. I mean, nothing else to do. Open the time capsule. It's at least 20 years old, so it should be worth something. Train station, here we go. Some buildings influence to all sectors. Yeah. Let's research this. The Paranesi. Then we'll research the train station. Inside the capsules were toys and other everyday objects. Several objects were of unknown purpose. There were packets of newspaper clippings that reveal some of what happened after the Tycoon first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth's ecosystem accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the populace from eco-terrorists and the continued wave of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. Okay. Individual responsibility seemed to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In that time of crisis, and guided by the government, society seemed to have turned on politicians, extremist immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. Oh, so they turned on all of them. One after the other, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruptions. Oh, okay, never mind. The Ascendancy was to be the Great Arc and the global project that would save humanity. Only those deemed well-behaved in the eyes of the government would be allowed to board. Okay. Self-cleaning lubricants upgrade for waste treatment center. Okay. Oh God!
Has completed its scan.
Okay, what is going on? Wait, has it moved? Yeah, I think it has. Yeah. This is a weird. This storm is weird.
The team has completed.
Oh, geez. Okay. The team managed to extract an intact data drive that was still installed within the center's infrastructure. The disk is heavily encrypted, and a significant percentage of the data have been corrupted. However, the data that was accessible has proven to be very useful. The logs left behind by center's former inhabitants are technical and precise. They suggest their authors possessed an uncommon intelligence and an acute sense of self-criticism. Strangely, the organized accounts are occasionally interrupted with mysticism and spiritual remarks. These are seemingly present to justify the results of their Cartesian deductions. Okay. Do we have enough time? Tank room, field operations area. Let's do that one. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Team identified the area as a sealed landing bay. Once home, several craft different size. Signs of EKP travel was found. Of a type much more advanced than anything we've come across so far. Okay, so maybe aliens. Traces of organic matter and blood. Some of what was salvageable. Several species seem to have based through this area. All DNA samples show some structural similarity to that of humans. It seems likely that this complex was used as a test site for the introduction of species into the P-28 ecosystem. The various integrity sensors of the crew suits, as well as those that they indicate. Yeah, need to repatriate them. Need to go. Just collect the science. Oh.
Caution. Entering stellar storm.
Yeah. Okay, so so the stuff is, yeah, so it is moving. So that's good. Now, my question is, will it just disappear, or is it one of those things that's just going to go back and forth endlessly? Oh, God, yeah. So this sector already is driving me nuts just with this storm. So, yeah, I'm going to have to call it here for now. So, yeah, of course, as always, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.